So hello everyone, John here. In this video I would like to talk to you about some trigonometric ratios for certain angles that you're going to run into from time to time in your daily mathematical life. Let me first draw a couple of triangles here. So if this is a triangle like this, and if this is, let's say this is a triangle, let me draw another triangle as well. Here, so let's say this is pi by 6 or 30 degrees. This is pi by 3 or 60 degrees, and then that would be also, of course, 90 degrees. Then if this is 90 degrees and these two sides have the same length, then this would be 45 degrees or pi by 4, and this would be this would also be pi by 4. So if you have basically pi by 6, you could take this to be 2, the length of this side. This side would be 1, and this side would be root 2 of 3. And then in case of this triangle, this would be root 2 of 2, and this would be 1, and this would be 1. So now, based on these triangles, you can write down the trigonometric ratios for these angles: pi by 6, pi by 3, and pi by 4. So let's start with pi by 4. So now you can read from these, the ratios from this triangle. You can write sine pi by 4 is equal to, basically you could take this angle, and then you can sine pi by 4 would be basically the opposite angle divided by the hypotenuse. So it would be 1 by root 2. And in some cases you can see this as also root 2 by 2, because if you multiply the numerator and denominator by root 2, you would get 1 into root 2 over root 2 into root 2. This would be 2, and this would be then root 2 by 2. So 1 by root 2 is basically equal to root 2 by 2. So in some books you see 1 by root 2. In some other places you might see root 2 by 2, which is basically the same thing. Then cos pi by 4, which is cos 45 degrees, is basically the adjacent by hypotenuse. So the adjacent side to this angle pi by 4 is again 1 by hypotenuse root 2. So 1 by root 2, which is equal to root 2 by 2. And you know that tan pi by 4 is basically sine pi by 4 divided by cos pi by 4, which is basically opposite by adjacent, and it would be root 2 by 2 divided by root 2 by 2, which is basically 1. So it's basically so if you have this pi by 4 over here, tan pi by 4 would be adjacent by it would be opposite by adjacent. So it would be opposite, which is 1, divided by adjacent, which is 1, which is basically 1. And so this is pi by 4, 40 degrees. Now let's move into pi by 6, 30 degrees. So sine pi by 6 is basically, this is pi by 6, and psi pi by 6 is opposite by hypotenuse, which is 1 by 2. Cos pi by 6 is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse, which is root 3 by 2. And tan pi by 6 would be basically opposite by adjacent. So opposite by adjacent would be 1 divided by, this is the opposite side and this is the adjacent side. So 1 divided by root 3. If you cannot remember all of them, you can also remember that tan of any angle is equal to the sine of that angle divided by cos of that angle. So in this case it would be 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. So in this case it would be basically 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2, which would be, if you simplify this, it would be 1 by 2 into 2 by root 3. And it would be basically 1 divided by root 3. So that's how you could do this as well. But, oh, sorry. So, and then let's move on to 60 degrees pi by 3. So sine pi by 3 is equal to, this is pi by 3, so sine pi by 3 is opposite by hypotenuse, so root 3 by 2. Cos pi by 3 would be equal to basically adjacent by hypotenuse, so 1 by 2 and tan pi by 3 would be equal to basically opposite by adjacent. So pi by 3 opposite by adjacent would be root 3 by 1, which is root 3. So you could also calculate this using the sine by cos formula. So tan pi by 3 would be equal to sine pi by 3 by cos pi by 3. Root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 would be basically simply root by 3. So so that's basically the trigonometric ratios of pi by 4, pi by 6, and pi by 3. And these are the angles that you should basically memorize, because you're going to use them a lot in trigonometry. So excuse me. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.